Hey there, everyone.
Hi.
How are you doing today? Looks like we might be the only people in the meeting so far. A little early. Ready for some Power BI today?
Benjamin, I want to ask one thing. Can I ask?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, few days back I joined. After due to some health issues, I'm not able to join this class. If you don't mind, can you share that link and all recorded
Y-
sections?
For the recording, is that kind of what you're asking about, the recording of it?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to be recording all these sessions. So after it's done, I'll typically post it in our Twitter space, the Data Lounge. Like at this, like later today or tomorrow, I'll post it so that you'll be able to see the session, and you should be able to find our other sessions in the Twitter within that space too of our previous recordings. We I think this is our sixth session that we've had, and we weren't able to record some of our first ones, but I think we've recorded maybe 3 or 4 of them so far, including this one. So,
Okay, Benjamin, we'll check and let you know for next class.
say that again. When our next class will be? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
asking?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, we'll check with Twitter page and let you know next class.
Sure. Yeah. So we typically try to do like Saturdays for our classes. Uh, it's like our cadence is typically like every other week, but sometimes,
Okay.
if myself or the co-host have, uh, like something already scheduled on that day, we do push it off. So we're trying to do every 2 weeks is our goal though for it. So let's see, it's March 8th today. I would think our next session, potentially would be, let me bring up a calendar. Would it be like
Oh,
the
okay. Hmm. Yeah, okay,
uh,
fine, Benjamin.
22nd maybe or something like that? So, but yeah, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll just wait, give it a little time for other people to join us. Let's see here.
Hi Ben, able to hear me?
Yep, I can hear you perfect, Sai.
Okay.
Yeah. How's everybody's weekend going so far? Hey, Abraham. Thanks for joining us. Starting to get the people in now. Just giving it a minute for us to get started. Just a heads up, I am recording today's session. So we will, after today's session, I'll post it in our Twitter space, the Data Lounge. Typically, I'll try to either have it today or tomorrow in there. So then you can review the recording in that space as well. I'm probably going to give it about a few more minutes before we get started here. Anybody want to share any cool things they're doing in the data space this week, or maybe even any challenges while we're kind of waiting for everybody to join?
From my end, like I haven't built anything in Power BI, but I have built few pipelines in Azure Data Factory this week.
Oh, okay. I'm very interested in how that's going.
Yeah. How is your week been?
It's going good. I've been transitioning SQL queries from like an Oracle database to BigQuery. And it's the coordination because there's a lot of different teams that have to coordinate with each other to make that happen, because there's a team that's moving the tables to GCP, and then I have to write my queries that point at those tables. So just kind of working through all that stuff takes a lot of coordination. But hey everyone, thanks for joining. We're just kind of giving it a minute so everybody can join us. And just a reminder, I said this already, but if you're just joining us now, I am recording today's session, so we will have it on our Twitter space either later today or tomorrow once I kind of get that posted. So just giving everybody a heads up. Hey, Israel. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I think I'm going to kick off the meeting. If you're new, if this is your first session, thanks for joining. My name's Ben. I'm a co-host along with Sai. So I'm just going to kind of get us started, kick off the introduction, and then I'll pass it along to Sai for our training content. We'll be continuing our series in Power BI, and we're really going to be focusing on report visualization today. That's been kind of our focus for the last few sessions. After today's session, I think our next focus will be actually going to the Power BI service. So once you complete your data model and you complete your report visualization, the next step is to publish that within a Power BI service. And that is where you can set up your refresh schedules, you can get things automated. And that's also where your business partners can consume that data out of that service too. Before we kind of get into trading, maybe just a recap of what we've done so far within our series. I think this is our 6th session, if I remember correctly. It might be our 5th. But we've gone through data modeling in Power BI. So we used Power BI's built-in tool, Power Query, to collect data from data sources, bring it into the data model. Sorry, I'm just admitting a few people into the room. And that's where we started creating our fact and dimension tables and joining those tables together with relationships. We started creating measures, which are the building blocks to your reports. We've also focused on a specific type of measure related to time intelligence, and those just really allow you to compare different date ranges. A lot of businesses like those types of measures for comparison purposes. And then, like I said, the last few sessions, we've been getting into the report visualization. So kind of bringing all of that data modeling together, all of those building blocks together, and started creating our report visualization. So again, if you're new to the group and you're just joining us now, thank you for joining us. I've said this a few times, but we are recording today's session. We'll try to get it out after today's session. We'll post it on our Twitter group, the Data Lounge, hopefully later today or tomorrow. And then you can review the session too for the training. So a typical session is 90 minutes long. We try to allocate about 40 minutes to our training content, where we'll have a model that you can follow along with us. And then about 20 minutes of that would be allocated to questions and answers. And then we just have some additional time just in case we go over any of those pieces. So we have some time to talk through things. Just a reminder that we do have, again, I mentioned our Twitter space. We've been getting a lot more engagement in that recently. I encourage people to use that for questions or show and tell with reports. I know a lot of people are sharing their reports now in the Twitter space. It's just a place that we can inspire each other. Also, a good opportunity if you're running into any issues with any of the data analytics that you might be doing. It could be SQL, it could be Power BI. That's a good place to ask questions. We are starting to get a lot of people in that group, so most likely someone has experienced something similar, and I'm guessing we can get answers for what you're experiencing. So it's just kind of a good group to share knowledge and help each other out. So just encouraging everybody to do that. I know a lot of you are new to Power BI. I did this last time where I just kind of want to, before we jump into the training, just give a little breakdown of what Power BI is. I really like to explain it in 3 different layers. So the first layer is your data collection layer. Like I was saying, that's where you'd use Power Query. That's the built-in tool in Power BI to collect data from your data sources. Power Query has a lot of different connectors that allow you to connect to a lot of different data sources. Excel, SQL like SQL Server, Postgres, SQL, a lot of different things like Oracle, BigQuery. It has probably hundreds of different connectors. That tool itself can also allow you to clean your data, prep your data, get it ready for report consumption and your data modeling layer. And that data modeling layer is kind of the middle layer, the second layer. Like I said, that's where you're going to be bringing all of that data together. You're going to be creating your fact tables and your dimension tables, and then you're going to start joining them together with relationships and start forming that data model. And then on top of that, you start creating your measures, which are going to be the building blocks of your reports. And then you can start, once that's done, then you can move on to your third layer, which is your visualization layer. That's where your report consumers are going to really start gaining those insights from the data. The visualization layer is really important to keep it simple so people can understand the content or the value that you're trying to provide them. You don't want to overwhelm them with a lot of data at once. They're gonna not be able to consume what you're actually trying to have them see. So again, it's really important to keep it simple, to keep it clean, and to keep it engaging for that report consumer. One thing I wanted to call out before we jump into the training today is when you're kind of thinking about those three layers, I like to think of them as like an 80-20 rule. And what I mean by that is 80% of your time is actually going to probably be spent towards cleaning, collecting, and prepping your data and data modeling. And then the 20% is going to be spent towards your report visualization and kind of creating that report for your report consumers. I would say the earlier you are, the newer you are to data analytics, that actually might even be a little bit more towards data collection and prepping and cleaning. What I personally try to do myself, though, is automate that as much as possible, at least the data collection and prepping and cleaning process, so that I can redirect that time and actually focus on my visualization layer or my data analytics, because that's where you're really going to be adding value to your customers, is what insights you're producing and providing them so that they can make those valuable business decisions. So if you can automate that prepping process or that collecting process, that's where you can shift your time and actually get a lot more value if you can get over to the data analytics and the visualization piece of that. Power BI certainly allows you to automate a lot of that through Power Query, and then utilizing the Power BI service, which we're going to talk about our next session. But there are other tools as well that you could potentially use, like SSIS, which is SQL Server Integration Services. That's essentially an ETL solution that can be used with like a SQL Server database. There are also like data forms within BigQuery. Python can be used as well, and those types of tools can help automate any of your cleaning or your prepping of data, especially if you integrate them with a scheduler, so that everything is really essentially automated. You want to try to, your end product, you really want to try to get to a point where you're not manually touching any of your data. All your data is being cleaned and prepped and fed into your Power BI model, and then it's going directly to your report visualization layer. So it's just kind of giving some thoughts there. So with that said, I'm going to pass it along to Sai, and we're going to jump into our training today. Maybe a few years, I said this already, but we are recording the video. And then last thing is we do encourage questions during this time. So if you do have a questions, feel free to raise your hand, say something in the chat, because most likely someone else is thinking it too. And we'll want to go through things in details just so people can understand if you're kind of, so. All right. take it over. You can do the training.
Sure, sure. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for the brief overview.
Yep. No,
Uh, yeah, so I will share my screen without a further delay, right? We'll start with the visualization thing. So, Ben, able to see my screen?
it's pulling up right now. Yep, I can see it, Sai.
Okay. So in the first session, right, previous session, we have focused on way to keep the KPIs, those concepts we understood. Like, for example, so this is just an overview of what we have done in the last session. So here you can see where we kept these KPIs, and we have explained in that thing like we need to keep the most important thing at the top. Then we need to approach like, for example, if you see this right, directly our eyes will be going to this one: quantity, sales, average selling price. Then the user goes to this side. They will understand what is there here. Then they will move to here. Then they will go to the next line. So it should be in reading the book, the pattern will be there, right? In the same way, we need to read the report. So users will read like that. So we need to make sure whatever the most important thing that should be there on the top. That is why by seeing their report itself, they should be able to understand whatever their sales or quantity, traffic, inventory, those major KPIs we need to keep at the top. Then they can see the major important thing at this side. Then you need to move in the proper structure. It should be like a story reading the book. Okay, so this is what we explained in the last concept, and we have shown how bad it should be if the same data is there in this page as well, but we kept these KPIs at down. So when someone sees this report, they don't understand to way to focus directly. So it will be clumsy, like whether we need to see this one first or this one, or KPIs is there here. We need to go down and start from here. So it will be more confusing, right? And also you see this one as well. Where should we see it starting? We don't have any starting point. Why the sales here? Why category here? To which charts this one will work? We don't know. Anyone can tell for which one this will work? No, right? We don't know because we kept in that position, right? So that is what it is very important to make your report simple. It's not like you should have dynamic things. Lot of things should be there in the same page. It is not at all required. You need to make sure whatever you are keeping in that report that should make some impact on the business. And finally, whatever reports you create, there should be some meaning for that report. That is the main thing. So these are the concepts which we have discussed in the first session. So today we'll be focusing on this page, and this page will be focusing on, and this page will be focusing on today. So our main concepts will be how to create field parameter, numeric ranges, and rank functions. These things we'll see today. So now first, these KPIs is simple. This is the new cards which are available now in Power BI. So how to create these new cards? So I won't show each function, but I will explain you each function, how we wrote. So for example, you see average daily quantity. I took total quantity divided by number of days. For example, we have sales for 30 days. For example, take March month. 31 days is there. But in that 31 days, maybe sales happened 28 days only. Okay. In that time, you need to divide total quantity divided by 28. If you divide by 31, the average will reduce. But that is not the case, right? Because we are selling the products in 28 days only. That is why here I kept sales back. So how this will work, right? So first it is total quantity divided by denominator, calculate number of days where this sales fact. So what it will do is it will go and check in sales fact table whether this date is available or not. So those dates only it will pick. So total quantity divided by number of dates we are taking. That is average daily quantity. Now I will add simply that one here. So then just this is a old card. You can change to the new card. So this is a new card. And you can make all the things like here, if you come here, right? Images you can add. You can select that specific one. And from here, you can select image and you can add some image here. And also accent bar. If you come to the cards, right? Here accent bar will be there. That will give that line on. So you can make it transparent or you can change those colors. So like this we can do. So as of now, I'm not doing. I will show you the main concept. You can do on your own. So this one, this one, this one. Now we need to add. So this is quantity. This one is sales. Average daily sales. So this one I'm adding here. Just click on that. Then remove that old one. Average daily sales. Okay. Then average daily sales. Here make it single. Okay. We'll remove the pointers. 1 point will keep. Then here average selling price. Average selling price will be number of total sales by total quantity. Fine. This one also will make it single digit. Yeah, fine. So like this, we can add KPIs, whatever we need, and this image I have shown, right? In that way, we can add. Then we'll create this one first, and then I will show you how to make, for example, I'm clicking on quantity. These values are changing to the quantity. How to build this one, we'll see now. So I will come here. First thing, go back there. What we need to get? A daily sales. So here, for each day, we need to understand on this day, what is the sales for us. But here, if you see, right, what we need to create this measure, first, we need to get what is the date. Okay, first I will create, and then I will show you. Week column we need, week of year. Then what we need? Month, day of week. So not this one. Day name we need. Day name. Simple, it's very simple. Now I am adding this one. Then I will make it into matrix. Okay. Then open this one. Day name we need as a columns. Done. So like this, we need that chart. Right? Okay. And names you can change directly here. Maybe we'll keep as week. Day name, fine. Here we need that value. What we need here, for example, if we go here, what is the date of that day? And then we need sales. What is the sales that day? If you see here, this is day one. This is the sales value. So how to do that? For that, first we'll create one measure. I will show you how we created that measure here. Daily sales. So this is the measure. So here, how this will work? I will make it big. Just a minute. If you see here, first what I am writing, max of calendar date. So this one, how it will work, right? If I keep in this matrix, for example, if we go to this line, okay, I'll make it big. For example, if you go to this page, this specific column, this specific row, okay, this cell, what it will do is, you are giving max of calendar date. It will understand Sunday, week 1, what is the date of that? It will understand. Maybe 1 January 1 means 1/1/2025. Like that, it will store what max of calendar dim date. Because calendar dim date have dates, that is date column. We are keeping max of, but this specific cell will have only one value, right? So that value it will pick. Maybe 1/1/2025, like that. Then on top of that, we are giving day here. So it will give in that month, what is that day? Maybe if you are in first month, first day, then it will give 1. Here, if you go, it will give 2. It will give 3. Like that, it will happen, this function. So that is what it will do. For example, I will remove this one. Okay, maybe I will comment. How to comment? Alt enter. If you click, it will go to the next line. You can add directly, or you can select everything, control \. That's it. As of now, I will keep like this. Now, if I add here, we'll see how it will work. See. So what is happening here? Now, only this is a function. It is taking the date of that specific cell. On top of that, we are asking, give me the day of that date. That is calculating, right? That is enough. Now, what we need to get 2 lines of space, then we need sales value, right? To get the 2 lines of space, I am using this function. Okay, for example, I will keep this also here. repeat. This is repeat function. We are telling space I want. How many times this space we want? 2 times we want. So I am keeping 2. For example, I will keep 5. We'll see how it will work. Sorry, 25 I have given. We'll see. See how much gap it came. Okay, see, 5 I give now. See, 5 spaces it given now. So to make it small, we'll keep it as 2. So yeah, done. So what we have done, we brought the day here, then we have given the 2 line spaces here, then given the dollar symbol because it is sales value, then a round of total sales sum x. So what is this total sales sum x? That is unit price into quantity. That is what we stored in this measure. Okay, done. Now it is fine. In the same way, what we needed here, when we click on quantity, instead of sales, it should display as quantity, right? Go back here. Now, how to do that one? For example, we'll see daily quantity also, we wrote the measure in the same way. Everything same. In place of total sales, we brought here total quantity, right? Then, how to bring that one now? Anyone? Anyone tell me how to make it dynamic? Hello? Able to hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, yeah. Hello, Ben?
Yep, I can hear you, Ty.
Okay. Fine. So how can we make it dynamic? My question is sales is there and I want to see quantity. We need to have one button. If you click sales, it should display sales, else it should display quantity. How we need to do is using field parameter. That is one option you can do with measure as well, but I prefer field parameter. Now we'll see how to create that field parameters. So field parameter you can create for columns as well or for measures as well you can create. So you need to go to modeling, new parameter. We have 2 options. We'll see the both options. First we'll go with field parameter. So here I have given, I need a sales quantity flag, right? I'll add something like that. Then what I need here, average, not average, daily sales and daily quantity. These 2 measures, say daily sales, then daily quantity. Sales, quantity. And add slicer to the page, fine. I will click on create. Done. This one will change the view. Slicer settings, make it as a type. And make it small. Make it single selection. Done. That's it. Now, in interviews, I have seen, I used to do the interview part. When I used to do that, right? A lot of people, what they will do is they will create the field parameter. And they will check why here it is not happening. They will click on quantity, but still it is not changing. Why? The reason is we haven't used that created one here, right? Here that is sales is only existing. So you need to change in this one. So instead of here daily sales, you need to use the parameter which we created now. Remove this one. And what we created now, this one. And remove this one and add this flag. Open this, add here, done. Now we'll see whether it's working or not. Sales. Yes, it is changing. Simple. It's very simple one. In this way, it's not like any limit. Sales, quantity. If you have more measures, margin or inventory, stock on hand, or sell through, whatever measures you are having, right, you can add in the same way. So this is one part. Now we need to add these 2 things. This is simple ones only. Just I will show how to add. Okay, first we need month name. I'm adding that one. Sorry. I'll click outside month name. Yeah, fine. This one added. Now we need to show what we need to show here. This is sales and quantity, right? Simply we'll add sales MX total sales, and then we need quantity, total quantity. Directly you can choose which one we need. I might need this one. Done. Simple. It's like very easy in Power BI. Just you can just select the box, it will be appearing here. Then in the same way, scatter plot. As before we see, right? In the same way, you can create the scatter plot. That is enough. So here, sometimes what will happen, right? This won't be in proper sorting order. Generally, it will be in alphabetical order. How to sort that one? This is also one of the major questions which will be asked in interviews. So, for example, this month name is there. Generally, it will be okay. I clicked on month name. Normally, we'll sort by month name itself. So in general, once you create the report, right, it will look like this: April, Feb, January, June, March, May. So how to sort this one? Then you need to go here. Why it is sorting like that is, it is sorting by alphabetical order. But here we need to tell, don't sort by alphabetical order, sort this one by the number. What number? By month number. So January will get 1, 2, based on that it will sort. Sort by month. Go back here. Yeah, it's sorted. That's it. So this page is done. Next, we'll see the bestsellers page. So best-selling category, best-selling product type, how to add this one? Just simple. We'll see product category. This is product category. Lot of names is there, but we need only top selling one. Whichever have top sales, we need to show that one only. Here, what is a coffee is it? We need coffee. Normally, we'll see what is the sales it is showing first. Total sales summits. If we see coffee is the top selling one, we need to show in a card that best selling one. How to do that? Remove this one, make it as card. How to do this one? Anyone? Tell me how to show top selling one. I know few people already know about this one. Just tell me, how can we show top one? Any idea?
Is it adding the top end filter on there? I could be wrong with that, so I
Use rank
apologize.
function, no?
Sorry?
Use rank function. Then
Yeah,
you will get
rank function also correct. Rank function also we can use, but for simple things, right? We can go in this way: top one by total quantity. So product quantity category we added, right? Then we'll show top end. Here, basic filtering, these things will be there, right? We need to give top end, and we can show whatever least sales we have, top sales. Both things we can show. And we selected top one based on what? Currently here, total quantity we given. Best selling category means what is the product selling most. So that's why given total quantity. For example, remove this one. Maybe we'll give total sales. Summons. Give that one. So whatever we are giving in by value, what will happen? Based on that, it will give top or bottom. That is what. So in this way, we can add, for this one, you can add best selling category, like whatever. For example, this one, right? Product category we added here. From here, product category we added here. Then product category, filter type, we are changing to top end and giving top one based on total sales summits. In this way, we are creating all three. For example, if you see this one, right? Product type. So here you will add product type, then best selling product type, product type. Yeah, this one we should sort by product type. So top one quantity by quantity like that. So this is fine. This is simple one only, but I was not doing manually because these are simple one. But I will show you. This is a major one. Here you can see, right? We have two things. Currently we selected category. It is showing selling category by quantity. and highest average selling price. Now I will click on product type. See, this one is changing, this one is changing to product type. Again, product. It is changing, right? This is fine. How we are doing? Using field parameter. But here one thing is there. We are handling this one also using this one. We are telling I want only top 3 products. See? Then we'll give top 5. So this is real-time scenario. In real time as well, right? Mostly they will ask like I want some dynamic parameter. There I need to select how many products I want to see. In that case, you should be able to build this one. So we'll see how to integrate top and field parameters, everything in the same chart. So this is very important one. So how to do that one? We'll see now. Before that, we need to understand how rank function will work. I will show you how rank function will work, then we'll show how to do that one. Okay. So first we'll remove this one. We'll add product category, sales, the total sales amounts. This is the sales value. Change this to table just for our understanding. Now what we will do is, right, we will try to give the ranking for each product, based on quantity. So instead of this one, right, I will give total quantity. Fine. Now we'll create a new measure to give the ranking. Rank X. So first what we need to give here? We need to give table name. All selected. I will give product string, product category. Then we need, based on what we need to sort. So here, one doubt again. Why I am giving all selected here? That one also I will explain. I will remove that one first, so you will understand. Here I will give total. See, here before I was giving, right, I given just table name. If you see here rank X, table we need to give. So you need to rank based on product category. And expression, based on what you need to sort, total quantity. Based on quantity, sort me in descending order, dense. Dense means it won't skip any rank. So done. Now I will click on enter. See this one, a single value for product name. Okay, we need to give inside all. We'll give. Now I will add here measure. Okay, I'll give it as rank. Done. So how? Okay, fine. This is working, but here all why we are using, right? If we are not using all, normally what that means is, for example, it is like this, right? Before it used to work. Nowadays it's not working. But what it will happen, right? If you use like this, if you didn't use all, right, in each line it will consider that line only. For example, it goes to product category. If you didn't give all, right, it won't see remaining names. It will be seeing that name only, and it will give rank 1. So for each line, it will show rank 111 only. If you give all, right, what will happen is it will remove all the filters on top of whatever product category existing here. On top of everything, it will check the total quantity and it will give the ranking based on whatever having the top. For example, now here I will change ascending order. Now it will sort in reverse way. Whatever having less quantity, it will give the top ranking. That's why here we are giving descending order. But in most cases, right, I will use all selected. All selected. The reason is sometimes we might have external slicers. Here might be we are having some slicer, product category or something. Product category. Now, where is that function? Rank function. See what happened? What is the difference? Anyone explain me? Why for all? This is very important question. Why for all it is giving 168 and for all selected it is giving 123? Anyone? Hello, able to hear me?
I don't have any idea, sir.
Okay, okay, no issue. Okay. Anyone?
It's not
Is it
considering the filter. All is
Yeah.
not considered.
So this is very important topic. Every whatever interviews you face, right? Mostly 90% chances say this question will come. What is the difference between all and all selected? So all function, it won't respect external filters. Guy, buddy, you are telling me you are giving branded coffee beans. So what? I don't understand that one. Whatever products I know, whatever existing in product category, I will consider everything and I will give rank. That is what all function is. It won't respect these slices. But all selected is humble guy. It will respect the external filters. For example, I am giving all selected. See, this one is a very humble person. It will tell, okay, you are telling me to consider only these three. Okay, I will consider those three and I will give ranking in those three only. It will tell. So, like that, it will work. So, that is why most of, based on your scenario, you might need to go with all, but mostly I will go with all selected because I want to respect external filter and give the ranking. So, all clear with this concept, right? Next. So, this is to understand for you. Then, what we need here, we need to make it based on this value. If I am giving 5, up to 5, whatever the ranking which is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranks, those only it should consider. Remaining, it should not consider here. That is what our requirement is, right? So, what we can do to make it that? Okay, we'll go here. I will remove this one. Maybe I will delete it. For this one, I will give one condition now. This is a function. First, I will tell like if logical test is this one less than or equal to maybe 5 will give. Then what we need to do? We if less than 5, display the quantity. Else don't display the quantity. I'll display the quantity. Else don't display anything. I'll close it here itself. We'll see what will happen. What happened now? So this rank X before what it is having? Ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like. For example, for coffee, it is having rank 1. Now what I am telling here, if rank is less than or equal to 5, then only give me quantity. Else I don't want to see the quantity. Simple, right? So that is what we made here. Clear? Clear, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
that's really cool, Sai. I really like how dynamic that formula is.
Yeah, thanks. So now we'll see the main function which we used in that one. Top ranking. Okay. Before that, we need to create one parameter, field parameter. This one I will show now. Go to modeling, new parameter, numeric range. For what I am going to go to numeric range, I want to create this one because user should be able to give the dynamic option, right? They should be able to give whatever they want. For this one, we need to create. Sorry, again I clicked on field. I want numeric one this time. Numeric, I want from minimum 1 to maximum rank. So this is incremental 1, 1, 1 like that I want. So here maximum up to 10 ranks I want. Add slicer to this page. Fine. So this is done. Here I will add something like 5. Fine. So this one we need to incorporate in this rank function. How to do? For example, we'll see here itself. Here I kept 5, right? Instead of keeping 5, how to make this 5 as dynamic? Whatever here I am getting, that one should be able to take it here. That we'll see now. Here, create one variable. Variable, what we can say, number. Or max number. We'll take something like this, max number. Selected value from the parameter. Parameter. Done. Now we'll try to return that one. We'll see what it will give. Return max number and comment out this. It is giving 5. Why it is giving 5? Because, so see, 6, 7. We made it dynamic, right? Now we'll see that function again. Rank function. Selected value. We are selecting that main value. Then max number 5, right? Now I will remove that one. So here, instead of this 5, we want to show this value, right? Done. Now we'll see how it will work. Okay, now see, top 7 values it is showing. Now I will make it 2. Top 2 only. 1. It's very good, right, to see. Nice. Yeah, we made it now. Now I will show the main function. Before that, we'll change this naming, top ranking, top and parameter. I will keep the same name for that. Parameter. Top and. Fine. See this one. This is the main function now. How we wrote? Now it is very easy to understand. So here we are selecting that value, 5, 6, that value. Then for top 10 category, we are using this rank. If top 10 product type, we are using this rank. So here we need to change this value. If you are selecting product scheme, based on product category, we need to show top 10 ranking. If we are selecting product type, based on product type, you need to show top 10. That is why we are taking these 3 values and we are storing. Then, now here, switch selected value. This one will have product type or product category. That one, this one will have. Order 0, 1, 2, 3. This one I will show. Product parameter, right? Product parameter. If you open this table, product parameter order means this one, 0, 1, 2. So if selected is category or product type, for example, if you come here, product parameter. For example, here you are selecting category means, what does it mean? You are selecting this one means selected value for product parameter order. If you give now, it will take 0. If you click their product type, then it will take 1. If you click product, it will take 2. Okay. Then that measure will go back to that measure now. Top ranking. So in that way, if you are selecting that first value, it will use this one, top 10 category. This will run. If you are selecting category, then this one product type, this will run. If you are selecting product detail, then this one will run. Based on that, ranking will come. Now I will use that measure, top ranking, based on this product parameter. Product parameter. And I will change that to this chart. Done. Now see, done. Simple. Click on 4, it is working fine. 2, it's working fine. Delete this. Now we need same way for average selling price. Use this one instead of that one. Simple. Done. Now click on this, changing. Now change this to 6, 1. product. Yeah, done. That's it. Simple. So this is how we need to create. Use top end like numeric range, field parameters, and we can make it is totally dynamic. Yeah, that's it. Any doubts?
I was just gonna add, side that the kind of pairing together all those concepts to make those
Sure.
visuals dynamic are very cool. Thanks for sharing that. That was I really found a lot of cool, interesting things in those visuals. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Does
Anyone
anybody
have
have?
doubt? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, anybody have any questions or um, any any questions with the visuals or just Power BI in general? Yeah, no problem, Javier. Sai Javier just said thank you in the chat. So
Thank you, Xavier.
yeah, so I'm getting a lot of questions regarding the recording of this session. We will be posting it in our Twitter space either later today or tomorrow. And our Twitter space is the Data Lounge, so we'll post it in there, and then you'll be able to access the video there or the recording there.
Yeah. Aditya, who has raised your hand? I think it's not there. Okay, fine.
Yeah, we
So
can.
if questions we can wind up, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we do have some time left, so if people want to ask any questions in general, just related to data or tech, we can certainly use this remaining time. If anybody has any questions, so feel free to ask any questions. Sai and myself can try to answer them, or if anybody in the group actually has experience with the question, we can keep this pretty informal. So just let us know if you have any questions. The floor is open to anybody that wants to ask anything.
I, I take it as I all got answers. Yeah, Aditya.
Yeah, good day, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity. That is all about that. How to create a dance. Now, I'm a novice, so I just started learning Power BI. But I always have issues creating that. Like,
Okay, you are facing issues with DAX?
yes,
Okay, okay. So what type of issues you are facing currently in your company?
yeah,
Like what type of issues? Is it like related to DAX only?
yes, that's just the code to input. Uh, create a dance now. That if I choose an email, then the code right, like I have to know the code, the variables, and all that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I would. We would kind of have to see the DAX measure or where that issue is on the PBI data set or Power BI data set or semantic model to understand what might be happening, because there's a lot of different factors that come into play with Power BI. There's relationships that are in the model that could cause issues. There's the DAX language itself. If it's written in a way that might cause an error message, it can certainly do that. If you wanted to share your screen or if you had the model available, we could certainly try to look at it right now, or you could share like the error message within the data lounge. And I'm sure either Sai or myself can jump in and answer it, or there's probably other people within the data lounge that could help out too. Yeah, so there is a question in our chat.
Yeah, Abraham, right?
Yeah, Abraham had a question about data modeling and good resources for that. I can go first, Sai, with resources, and then if you wanted to answer it with resources too. I think unfortunately for our data modeling session, that was our first one, so we actually didn't record it if I remember correctly. But there are a lot of good resources online for DAX in general. There's a lot of good YouTube videos. My go-to for learning DAX and Power BI is a website called SQLBI.com. Here, I'll share I'm gonna bring it up and then I'll share my screen and show everybody. One second, I'll share my screen here. Let me know if you can see it. So this is SQLBI.com. It's Marco Russo's and is it Roberto Ferrari? They're like the leading thought experts within DAX, or one of the leading thought experts. So they have a lot of good content. What I like doing is going to their articles and blog, and then you can search for DAX or really anything within their website. But they have tons and tons of articles on DAX or data modeling or really anything related to Power BI. And this is, in my opinion, one of the best resources that you could find for Power BI. They also have, let's see, let me go to, I think a website called DAX Patterns. So it's actually a book too, but I think you can get most of it off of this website. I highly recommend this website.
Michi, your voice is breaking. When
If you're new to
is it
DAX, or
same
even
for
if you're
yeah.
this is all this they do have a book about this, but all the book content is essentially this website. So this is like a really good website to have. So like, for instance, ABC classification, you can go into this pattern and it will tell you, it'll give you a video, and then it will give you kind of examples of why you would use this pattern and then how to write it as a measure. So again, for me, the SQL BI website and this DAX pattern website have been very good resources for learning DAX. Do you have any SI that you use frequently?
I cannot say, but when I started learning Power BI, right, I think maybe 4 or 5 years back, I think at starting I started with the Udemy course, Microsoft Power BI Desktop from Maven Analytics, I guess. So I have shared that resource. In that one, they taught everything like from Power BI Desktop, very basics to somewhat one level. You will get all the basics. But the main important thing is if you do projects, then only you will learn. If you see SQL BI, Maven Analytics, anything, you won't learn anything. You will just learn the basics. But if you start doing projects, you will learn 90% of the things. So start doing projects. So that is the main thing I can say. So this resource you can use for learning purpose. And if you are totally beginner, this will be very great course.
Yeah, and I echo what Sai said about doing projects, making sure you're doing hands-on activities. And if you don't do that, like Sai said, it's not going to settle in. So you have to do projects and consistently do projects to understand Power BI. I would say, like, for me to learn Power BI, it probably took a good 6 months just to even just get the basics and foundations, but doing it very consistently for those 6 months. And then it settles in, and then it becomes almost like a muscle reflex where you don't have to think as much of how to create this visual or parameters or anything like that. So consistency and real world projects is what you're going to need to be able to pick this stuff up.
Yes, and I would love to see whatever you are creating, right? Myself and Ben, we are very interested to see what you are going to create in Power BI and share this or promote in our data launch group. So we will promote or we will reshare that to the remaining people as well. So your resources, like whatever you are doing, right? Those also will get promoted to others. And also we both are planning to review like whatever reports you do, right? Tag us, tag me and Ben, and share the report. We will do the review for that one, and we will tell you where to improve, or is there anything you are lagging, right? We will let you know those things. Is that okay? But whoever is joining here, I want definitely everyone to do the projects. Without that you cannot learn anything. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, very good questions. And anything else? And it doesn't have to be Power BI related. It could be really if there's SQL questions out there, or just uh, uh, anything in general tech. We can try to answer them, or at least talk through them, give you our thoughts on them. You can go ahead, Edato.
Okay, all right. My question is there any site where we can create our website portfolio? We can say about this in our project. Like, is there any site where we can create it? Another thing is concerning about resume. So I need a template like my own resume. So I don't know
Yeah.
if you
So
understand me.
what I think I hear you saying is there a template to kind of get you started with like a Power BI project? Is that correct?
No, like a portfolio website. We can see our projects. I think you can create it.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Like, can you please type if possible? Sure, thanks, Javier.
Yeah. Thanks, Javier.
Are you typing currently, Aditya?
Yeah, ADO, you might be typing, but if you could ask your question in the chat. You were kind of breaking up a little bit, so we couldn't fully understand the question. But if you want to type it up, we can try to answer it through the chat if that works for you.
Yeah. Even not in a meeting, also fine. Like you can, whatever you are thinking, right? You can post in our data launch group as well. If you are not there in that group, ping to me or Ben. We will add you in that group.
Yeah, he did. So Sai, he did ask the question. So it's, are there any websites for creating a website portfolio? There probably is, but I'm not familiar with them myself. We could definitely do some Googling and figure out what are good websites. Um, what what would be your projects you'd be posting for that website? Would it be like Power BI related projects, or are you thinking outside the scope of Power BI?
What I used to do is I used to create using HTML and CSS, like my own websites, Ben. So
That's
other
cool.
yeah, I think Navi Pro, I guess that is one thing is available for Power BI related.
Could you say that one more time, Sai? I missed what that was.
Navi Pro. Navi Pro.
Okay, cool. Hey, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. We're just kind of wrapping up our meeting. So we do have a recording that we'll be posting within either later today or tomorrow. But right now we're actually just kind of doing a Q&A session of just different topics with related to data. So thanks for joining us. And if you have any questions, it's really just open-ended questions right now. It looks like Abraham has some questions. I'm going to read them. So let's see, have always been hearing that data analysts must always learn with the order of Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, and Python. Is that correct? Can one just stick to Power BI alone because all these look like much to learn? And then the second question, can we beginners be having data sets to practice on at a time, or when can we be getting beginner friendly data sets for practice purposes? Okay, I'll take a swing at this first, the questions, and then you can answer it. So for the first one, I really don't like, I think personally the order really depends on if you're working for a company, I would work in the priority of like what makes you successful at your job. If you're just learning, if you're starting out and you're just trying to learn the skills to get a job, to be honest, like the three, Excel, SQL, and Power BI, those can really go into any order. I would say SQL, doing a combination of SQL and Power BI at the same time is going to be your most valuable skill sets, because those two go really well together, and there's a huge need for Power BI. Excel's really general, where a lot of companies use it, but they're probably going to value your SQL and Power BI a little bit more than Excel. But again, it is probably region dependent. So I would get an understanding of what where you're looking for jobs, what their needs are, and base your training on those needs. You don't have to do them all at once, like Python and Excel and SQL and Power BI, but SQL and Power BI do go very well hand in hand, and I know those are big tech stacks that companies are looking for right now. And then the second questions, there are practice data sets out there. And if you're a beginner, I mean, I'd recommend getting your hands on any data set that you can and practicing, kind of like what we were talking about at the beginning, or about hands-on exercises to do that consistently is going to allow you to understand the concepts a lot easier. So there are websites out there like I think, is it Kaggle.com and KD Nuggets, that do offer data sets for practice. And I know like on our data lounge, I do post a lot of times or repost what people are using for data sets. So you probably can find practice data sets out there through that. I am developing a web application myself, and part of that web application does have practice data sets on it as well. Those aren't fully baked out yet, but that definitely would be a resource if you're looking for practice data sets in the future. Thanks, Rodrigue, for the website, for the posting the portfolio there.
So I can say, like, within a short time, right, whatever Ben is creating, that app will solve end-to-end solution for Power BI. Or data sets, you can download whatever data set you want, right? So Ben is planning to keep all the data sets for beginners in one place. And whatever issues you face in Power BI, right, to solve those one as well, he's creating an app. So in future, maybe within a few months, right, you are going to see one of the best app, I can say. Okay. Yeah. And also what I can say is I was totally aligned with Ben, whatever he told, right? First thing is, it is region specific. It's based on region, the questions will be, when it comes to India, right, I can say they will ask Power BI. So Power BI is fine, but SQL is must. If you want to become data analyst, SQL is must. But Power BI, I can say, that is, if you want to become BI developer, you can go to Power BI, like that one. But if you are planning to data analyst, then definitely you should know one visualization tool. Along with that, you need SQL. If you are going to data analyst, data engineer, data science, anything, SQL is must. You should learn definitely. But Power BI, that is company specific. Like a lot of companies will use Power BI or Tableau or any other tool. But SQL is for sure it will be there. So I can say you can give importance to SQL and Power BI. Excel you will learn automatically. That is very simple tool, right? You can learn that one. Python is the last preference, I can say, if you are beginner and going to enter into IT field.
Yeah, I'll just echo again, like SQL or SQL, it's such a universal language that so many different tools use. That's why we're kind of pushing, that's one of the first things that an analyst should learn, because when you're working for a company with any database almost, you're going to be using some sort of or flavor of SQL to grab data and work with it. So that's going to be your one of your most important languages to work with for sure. And a lot of the connectors for Power BI are SQL based. So you would be taking a SQL query, putting it in that connector, and that SQL query essentially talks to the data source and then brings the data into Power BI. Great questions though. Any other questions out there? Really good questions. Keep them going, or I like conversations like this. We get to talk about a lot of cool things in tech. So
Okay, fine. Then I think we can wind up, right?
Thank you, sir.
yeah,
Thank you, Bhumika.
yeah,
Thank
no problem.
you.
Thanks everyone for joining us. And if this was your first session, thank you for coming in and talking data with us. So we really appreciate it. All right, have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, have a nice day, Bhumika.
Thanks.